institutions present, directors, director general, commandants of various institutions present, commanders and heads of various formation and security agencies, Deputy Commandant Nigerian Defense Academy, Academy Provost, the Coordinator NDA Officers' Wives Association and other services Wives Association, Vice Chancellors, Rectors, Provosts, of Academy Adjutant, Commanding Officers, Senior Officers, both serving and retired, Deans of Faculties, Head of Centers and Departments, Senior Academic and Non-Academic Staff of Nigerian Defense Academy present, distinguished invited guests, Academy Regimental Sergeant Major, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I feel highly honored and privileged to have been invited by the leadership of Nigerian Defense Academy Kaduna course today in Nigeria before a teeming number of youth at this intellectual gathering. In the Nigerian, I have a video
General Yakubu Gowon, the head of the Federal Military Government of Nigeria from 1st August 1966 to 29th July 1975, in his Independence Anniversary broadcast on 1st October 1972, announced the government's plan to establish the National Youth Service Corps, a follow-up to the 3 R's of reconciliation, reconstruction and rehabilitation enunciated by his administration to speed up the healing process of a country recovering from the throes of a 13-month civil war that started on 6th July 1967 and ended 15th January 1970.
It has been generally accepted that if Nigeria is to make rapid progress on all fronts internally, and if she is to make her mark on the continent of Africa, and indeed in the Committee of Nations, then her youth must be fully mobilized and be prepared to offer willingly and without asking for rewards in return, their best in the service of their nation at all times. The establishment of the National Youth Service Corps is the first step towards the realization of this lofty goal. In conclusion, I wish to assure you, Mr. Chairman, and members of the Directorate of the National Youth Service Corps, of the full support and cooperation of all the governments in the Federation in your undertakings. Yours is not an easy assignment, and the whole world will watch to see what you make of this bold and challenging venture. God willing, you will not fail. I wish you the very best of luck, success, and God's blessings. Thank you very much.
The National Youth Service Corps was established by Decree Number 24 of 22nd May 1973, which is now quoted as NYSC Cap N84, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004.
At that time, you wouldn't know that Nigeria has come a long way. The suspicion between one region and the other was very high. I remember many people from the north came and said their daughter must not be posted outside their home state. Some even said their children must not go to the east. People from even Western region sent a delegation that none of their children should be posted to anywhere in East. And they gave me a warning. I said, all right, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Because these people were important people. I didn't care about them. They just said their thing and I clapped and sent them. When I did my posting, they were shocked. But what was great about it was that the students were very happy. All the interviews that the press were carrying out where they found themselves. A Yoruba boy serving in Sokoto. A Sokoto boy is somewhere in Egbeda local government. What? And the students, they were enjoying themselves. And the parents, the elders of those of Nigerian community were very good people. Oh. Nigeria is a very, very good nation. They looked after these children like their own.
Indeed, the scheme since its birth has continued to grow in leaps and bounds, pursuing vigorously the philosophy behind its establishment. The first set of Nigerians mobilized for service on 2nd July 1973 as Pioneer Corps members comprised 2,364 Nigerian graduates of the then existing Nigerian universities, namely University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University, University of Ibadan, University of Nigeria, Ahmadu Bello University, and University of Lagos. From the humble beginning of the scheme, which in the past 50 years has remained a pivot of national unity and catalyst for development, it now mobilizes for service over 350,000 Nigerian graduates annually, trained both within and outside the country by recognized institutions. The objective of the scheme, as enshrined in NYSC Act, are to inculcate discipline in Nigerian youths by instilling in them a tradition of industry at work and of patriotic and loyal service to the nation in any situation they may find themselves, to raise the moral tone of the Nigerian youths by giving them the opportunity to learn about higher ideals of national achievement, social and cultural improvement, to develop in the Nigerian youths attitudes of mind acquired through shared experience and suitable training, which will make them more amenable to mobilization in the national interest, to develop common ties among our youths and promote national unity. These objectives are achieved through a carefully designed 4 cardinal programs, which are orientation course, primary assignment, community development service, winding up and entrepreneurship development trainings. The primary assignment follows immediately after the orientation course. It is the posting of corps members to employers of labor in pursuit of the objectives of national service. Corps members are posted to various agencies and establishments. During this period, participants are expected to gain first-hand experience in various agencies and to imbibe wholesome work ethics. Running concurrently with the primary assignment is the community developmental or group projects aimed at enhancing the well-being of their host communities. These projects range from civil construction works, such as water boreholes, wells, bridges, culverts, classroom blocks, to medical outreach programs and projects, such as free extramural lessons, to mention a few. Winding up and passing out service is the final phase of the service year. It is at this point that those who fulfill the essential spirit of the service are issued with certificates of national service. The final day is usually marked by special events featuring march past, emotional farewell messages, conferment of honors awards, and distribution of certificates of national service. Doubtlessly, in 50 years.
Are at the forefront of innovation. Youth are at the forefront of innovation due to their natural creativity, boundless energy, and strong drive for success. Their ability to think outside the box and adapt quickly to changing trends makes them essential contributors to societal progress and technological advancement. Empowering the youth through skill acquisition program plays a pivotal role in youth development. By investing in these programs, government not only foster individual growth, but also contribute to national development. This will mitigate the risk of youth involvement in negative activities such as crime, substance abuse, and armed conflicts. The Indian National Cadet Corps, NCC, nurtures a disciplined and motivated youth, instilling patriotism and readiness to serve the nation, including in the armed forces. The NCC promotes leadership, discipline, teamwork, disaster management, and character building activities. This training not only improves physical and mental fitness, but also enhances skill acquisition and prepares young cadets for future roles in national service. In 2022, about 1.5 million cadets were actively engaged in the NCC, which operate across 17 directorates in India. The Indian Ministry of Defense in 2021 revealed that over 25% of Indian Army officers' cadre consisted of former NCC cadets. This demonstrates how the NCC fosters the strong pipelines of skilled and motivated individuals ready to enhance national security and societal welfare through their acquired skills. Therefore, skill acquisition not only prepares young officers for combat, tactical and technical aspects of their roles, but also fosters leadership, discipline, and patriotism, which are essential for effective military service and broader contribution to national security. Early this year in January 2024, these are core members with me that visited India on youth exchange program. Over 37 countries participated in this activity. The DG there is the Lieutenant General of the NCC of India. The Kenya National Youth Service, NYS, plays a pivotal role in fostering national unity, security, and development through its diverse approaches. Between 2014 and 2018, about 67,092 youth graduated from the NYS. These highlight the program's effectiveness in mobilizing young talent towards national development goals. Thus, these graduates become valuable assets to Kenya, contributing to efforts aimed at building infrastructure, responding to emergencies, and fostering social cohesion. The NYS prepares its graduates to respond to national emergencies. Members benefit from training in disaster response, crisis management, and humanitarian assistance. These skills enable NYS members to be versatile and helpful in times of national crisis, contributing to the country's overall security and resilience. Now the NYSC. The National Youth Service Corps in Nigeria is a vital instrument for fostering national unity, security, and development. Since its establishment, NYSC has played a crucial role in integrating young Nigerians for diverse ethnic, cultural, and religious backgrounds into a unified national identity. Thus, this helped to mitigate inter-ethnic tensions and conflicts thereby contributing to overall peace and stability in the country. NYSC introduced Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development Program, SAED for short, in 2012 as means of preparing core members for self-employment, self-reliance, and self-employability. The implementation of SAED through income training during the orientation exercise and post-camp training, which spans the entire service year, is an institutional approach to youth empowerment for self-employment and wealth creation. You can see from the photos there, these core members are exhibiting their talent. The former head of state, Yakubu Gowon, come to inspect some of the products of National Youth Service Corps members in SAED program. For young officers, skills are vital in leading troops, coordinating operations, and building cohesive teams that can work effectively in high-stress environments. Skills such as disaster management, logistics, crisis response, which are often integral to NYSC programs, translate directly to national security efforts, particularly in response to emergencies, natural disaster, and security challenges. The first slide you see there is the challenge of the natural disaster that has happened recently in Maiduguri. This brings me to the aim of this lecture. The aim of this discussion is to highlight the roles of the NYSC Skill Acquisition Program in strengthening youth development for enhanced national security in Nigeria. The scope includes the following: definition of terms, overview of the National Youth Service Corps, the NYSC Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development SAED program, contributions of NYSC to the promotion of skill acquisition towards youth development and national security, problems militating against the successful implementation of this SAED program, and lastly, ways forward to address problems militating against the successful implementation of SAED program. These variables will be defined. But the one we have adopted here is the one that is suitable for this discussion. Adebayo Adekunle A, 2010, look at skill acquisition as that thing that enables individuals to gain proficiency in specific tasks or crafts, which often result in improved employability, self-reliance, and adaptability in the job market. Skill acquisition is not only limited to formal education, but also includes vocational training and hands-on experience, which together equip individuals with the competencies necessary to navigate various professional challenges and contribute meaningfully to their communities and the broader economy. Let us look at the youth development as defined by Lana et al. 2005 in the developmental people acquire the personal, social, academic, and vocational skills necessary to thrive in adulthood. This perspective emphasizes nurturing the inherent strength, capacities, and potentials of young people by adopting this strength-based approach. Youth development is seen as an empowering process that fosters positive growth, resilience, and adaptability in the face of challenges, thereby preparing young people for successful integration into the society. National security was defined by Stephanus Zabadi, which sees national security as the capability of a nation to overcome diverse threats that hinder the well-being of its citizens, sustain development, safety of lives and property, as well as territorial integrity and national image. It involves the utilization of instruments of state policy and institutions as essential components of national security, utilizing all available elements and national power, coordinated through good governance. Overview of National Youth Service Corps. As you have seen and heard from the video, it's just a kind of follow-up to that video you have seen. The NYSC was established by Decree Number 24 of 2022, May 1973, by General Yakubu Gowon, led federal government. The mandate of the scheme is to promote national unity and development through socio-cultural integration, targeting the youth. The program enables corps members to make meaningful impact on their host communities. There are 4 cardinal programs of the NYSC. One is the orientation course, where they stay in the camp for 3 weeks. In this camp, they were taught leadership qualities, training, parade, obstacle crossing, lectures on topical issues at the camp. The second cardinal program of the scheme is the primary assignment. Once they pass out of the camp, we send them to their place of primary assignment. You can see a corps member there with her student, very excited, and this one a student in the classroom also taking them in home economics class. That is the second segment of the program of NYSC. The community service is also taking place during the primary assignment. This community development service, it could be an individual development service or group development service. You can see a co-medical doctor attending to a patient. At the extreme of my right is also a co-member who has donated a borehole and a generating system for the community. That's the kind of community development we are talking about. The last one is the winding up and passing out activities of the corps members and the issuance of their certificates. The scheme started with 2,364 corps members who were graduates of the then existing universities of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, University of Nigeria Nsukka, University of Ibadan, and University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University Ile-Ife, and University of Lagos. Currently, over 350,000 graduates are mobilized annually. Corps members are drawn from 361 Nigerian corps-producing institutions, universities, polytechnics, and monotechnics, as against the 5 universities at inception, as well as numerous foreign-based institutions. So far, from the inception of NYSC in 1973 to date, the scheme have passed out 5,797,550 Nigerians have successfully passed out through the scheme. The NYSC Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development SAED program. When we are talking of skill acquisition, from the definition you have seen so far, all we are talking about is what can you offer? What can you offer? It's not the level or the number of degrees that you have, but what skill have you obtained? What have you learned? Today, you believe with me, anywhere you go to look for a job, that is the basic question that you will be asked. What can you offer? Or what can you do? You have the degrees, yes. You may have your degree, your master's. They will collect and keep aside. Then, apart from the degree, what else can you do? That is the basic thing. So, the skill acquisition is entirely talking about the ability of an individual to at least showcase his expertise in a particular skill or particular skill that you can show. And this, I would like to play a video here to also show you some of the skill acquisition we're talking about before we continue with the lecture. Sit back and watch, please.
Welcome to our farm, Samadeko Nigeria Limited, Dr. Fish. My name is Dr. Adetunji Samuel Adebanjo, the MDC of Samadeko Nigeria Limited, Dr. Fish. This is our farm. A capacity over 400,000 fish we have in the pond here. They are all surface ponds. We do a lot of training with many government officials and even core members. You can see some of our core members around. You can see it, right? Over 400,000 here. These are the annex, which is our head office now. The other farm you saw there gave birth to this. The capacity over there is 400,000, where we have capacity of 1 million fish here. And also the radio station, Dr. Fish FM. This is the capacity on ground. Go with us, see what we are doing.
I came to Plateau as a core member, 204/205. And I have this belief that not every one of us will work with government. Why can't you be more creative? Creativity has to come into it. So I dive into the fish farming because I have pleasure into it. So far with the train, we have a lot of core members that comes our way that are able to impact a lot of opportunity for them to see, look, there's future. More important, when we talk about agriculture, agriculture is where Nigeria can make a lot of money. And that is why you can see that 15 naira today. What you can see there is fish. I wish I can still go back to, to the camp again. So interesting.
My name is Ozod Nobi Israel Ifanyi. I'm from Awo-Idembili in Imo State. I graduated from Federal University of Technology, Owerri. I studied project management technology. I'm presently a core member serving in Ogun State. I was in camp, that was last year, December. I was nominated as one of the winners of Unity Bank Entrepreneurship Fund. It was another venue that was made available to corpers, they gave us startup capital to enable to start up something here in Ogun State. As I am presently, I have 10 employers working under me. Welcome to my world. As you can see, this is my recycling factory over here at the Yanosele bus stop, E4. This is where we make our money. These are plastic materials that are in bags. We have different categories of plastic. In Ogun State campus, I left with a lot of joyful memories. It was very, very splendid. I really enjoyed my time there, even the people there, and most especially the SAED lecture, the SAED activities, the lecture we had in camp. It was a very interesting aspect of the program. So we really enjoyed it. During that SAED program, I engaged in what we call epoxy floor. That is flooring of epoxy, all these 3D walls you normally have in most of these recent buildings nowadays. The impact of this SAED lecture, it actually taught we core members that we should at least develop a skill, that we should have at least a skill, acquire a skill. That even if we are looking for all these white-collar jobs, that we should have something else that we can actually boast of. The core value was that everybody should develop a skill, have a skill, even if you don't have, try and learn something so that you can be productive one way or the other. So that's one of the impact of SAED lecture.
I'm Samuel Oguba Sunday. I served in Osun 2018-2019, where I saw opportunity in agriculture during my service year. And then ever since then, a lot of people had helped me in the area of giving me lands. Presently, I'm farming on about 150 acres, though not using all, but that's the count. And then I'm very grateful to the indigenes of Osun. They've accommodated me. And this is my accommodation in Oshogbo, where I train core members. It was given to me by somebody who feel he should motivate the things I'm doing in Osun. I'm farming vegetables, cucumber, watermelon, ewedu, gusi, about 50 vegetables, and not just in Osun, in about 6 states across the whole of Southwest. This is how we harvest cucumber. You plug it like this. Yeah, you plug, and And this is an ex-corps member. We have about 40 ex-corps members with us who are in our different farms. A lot of these guys finish serving and they feel the farming can sustain them. Because from an acre of cucumber farm, if it's done very well, one can get minimum of 1.5 million, and in a very short period of time. I think that's what motivated them, because during my service year, I trained about 35 corps members in the where I was serving, free of charge. And then a lot of them went into cucumber farming, and so many of them made a lot of money. 2018, when I checked my call-up, I saw Osun State. And that was the first time I was thinking Southwest. But nevertheless,
Control,
NYSC had posted me, so I had to come. So
where we have Abolaji. Control. Fast forward.
First time that was November 2018. And then since
no. Control the same video. Second to the last slide on the same video.
That is the evolution, and then as you can see, the farm is growing. And apart from the selling of the fish breeding that we are doing, we also
Also, is some there? Is he there? Okay.
Anyway, yes, I always talk about NYSC anywhere I go, and the staffs, they are good. There's no any program that I will do, I will not invite NYSC.
Nigeria South, Nigeria we serve.
My name is Jaya Bolaji. I'm originally from Kwara State. Or I got to be specific. My parents moved me out of the country when I was like 4 or 5.
Control is not showing.
Some of them to be fish farmers. Part of it was hatchery, part of it was like an office where people can pick their fish when they make order. Then from one shop, I moved to 2 shops. So from 2 shops, now I'm having 3 shops. So that is the evolution, and then.
Are they hearing from here? They can hear. Also is gone there.
And in a very.
I'm supplying them, so I'm saving money. Where I go,
1,000 naira grants or 10,000, some grants. And I was like,
where I am, because if there is no NYSC, actually, maybe I will not be here. NYSC actually is like, it's mind-blowing anyway, because I always talk about NYSC anywhere I go, and the staffs, they are good. There is no any program that I will do, I will not invite NYSC.
Nigeria South, Nigeria we serve.
My name is Jaya Bolaji. I'm originally from Kwara State, or I got to be specific. My parents moved me out of the country when I was like 4 or 5. I came back when I was 25. I did my high school in Colorado. I did my university in California at Stanford University. Played professional football for a few years. Went to camp in Shagamu. That was the first year that SAED came up, and they were saying, yeah, there could be a 1,000 naira grant or 10,000, some grants. And I was like, wow, somebody's ready to give you 100,000 as a grant. Me, I saw opportunity with the 100,000. They were saying it's not enough to, buy business cards or something. And it just so happened that year is when they started a program called SAED, Skills Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development, or something like this. There was in bead making, jewelry making, bags, detergent, tie and dye, and they had a course for juices or drinks or something like that, just something drinks. And I just chose the drinks. And, you know, before then, I was trying to run a business doing drinks, like juices. That was like the last business I was trying to do. And I learned a lot about preservation. So the instructor was like, like, what's your own now? Why do you have all these questions? So I was asking, how do you blend? The biggest thing I got out of that, the SAED, was actually preservatives. How to get something to sit on a shelf for more than a week. Because everything that we were doing up to that point was, you know, make it and sell it, make it and sell it, make it and sell it. So as the guy was teaching us, I was seeing an opportunity for, wow, okay, so you could make it, look for somebody, and still sell it. Now it doesn't have to be the same day. It could be 2 days, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 2 months.
I am Tolulope Jasmine Adegoke. I'm from Ondo State, Owo local government area. I served in Kano State, Karaye Camp, Kusala Dam. I'm a creative artist, a textile artist. I do fabric arts, I do adire. I hope you all know what adire is, also known as tie and dye, batik, and there are different forms of adire. We have adire leko, adire oniko, adire alabela, adire alakete, and all of that. I do them. If you check around, you would see a sample of each of the type of adire I just listed. I've also trained a whole lot of young people. I think about 5,000 youth so far in Africa, and I hope to train lots more. At the moment, I'm impacting lives in NYSC, and nothing gives me joy more than that, because it's super, super interesting. You know, when you meet someone who doesn't know anything about what you do, and then within just few days, say less than 10 days, you're able to impact their lives, and then they start doing what they've never done before, what they didn't even imagine they could do. You know, it's a whole lot. I started training in 2018. You know, I featured in a few workshops here in Kaduna State. And then in 2019, I decided I was going to bring the workshop here to the gallery.
Sunday. I graduated from Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Lautech, Ogbomoso, Oyo State. I had my first degree in electronics and electrical engineering department. During the period of my service in Edo, when I was posted to Edo, there was this program, SAED, Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Program, that was organized by NYSC body. Each and every one of core members is expected to participate on any skills of your choice. So I keyed into ICT during the service year, where we were introduced to satellite installations, intercom networking, and CCTV installations. 6 months after, during my service year, I had an office in Benin, in town. Then I touched it up, I locked it. Then when I completed my service year, I traveled home. It was on Thursday. I had my certificate. Then on Friday, I traveled back home to only tell my parents that I'm no more a copper. Then to God be the glory. Since then till now, I've been able to have like 4 branches in Benin. I'm into satellite installations, CCTV networking, and intercom networking. Installation and repair of DSTV, MyTV, Multi-TV, NICOMSATs, and all form of free-to-air satellite system. I do a repair and I sell the accessories, and into sales and repair of any form of satellites that you can ever think of. And I render a consultancy service to a bank and some other corporate body.
Okay, thank you very much. Gentlemen, what I'm trying to express to the audience here is to show you how practical this SAED program could be. The first person you see there is known as Dr. Fish. He was from southern part of the country, but came to serve in Jos. From service, he decided to remain in Jos. He was actually motivated by the introduction of SAED at the camp, and he participated in the OBS. What we call OBS is the orientation broadcasting post, where he was stationed, where he was there. Immediately he get to Jos, he decided on his own to establish his FM radio and go into what? Into farming. And today I tell you, if you go to Jos, you ask of Dr. Fish, he is a multi-billionaire. So I want to tell you that the issue of relying in government job will not always be the solution to our problems. Once in a while, pick the challenge and stand on your own. The person that is talking of Colorado there, his intention was just to come to Nigeria and did his national service and go back. But in coming to Nigeria at the camp, he get to know about SAED. It was 100,000 naira grant then that he was given. Today, this man is a multi-billionaire. He has employed thousands of people. These people have established their own and employ others. The woman that is talking about Adire there, you can see even Oyibo people are learning from her. She's a multi-billionaire. She has no regret coming to serve in Kano State. She has seen a business for herself. So it is a practical pity that you now, Cadet, are going out to serve in the Nigerian Armed Forces. Never you rely completely on the salary that we pay to you. And the graduate, postgraduate students, if you are waiting for government work, it may take you some time. Whatever amount you have, the meager you have, start something. I tell you, if you are serious with it, you have that resilience, and you are determined, you will make your world, and tomorrow we'll see you as a multi-billionaire. Let's move ahead. Next slide, please. The NYSC SAED program was introduced in 2012 to empower core members with skills for self-employment. The goals of the SAED program is to facilitate access of young graduates to skills and resources necessary for successful entrepreneurship as a means of enhancing national development. To develop a culture of self-reliance in our youth for sustainable job creation towards national development. The objective of the SAED program includes to sensitize 350,000 core members for skill acquisition annually, facilitate the training and mentoring of 70,000 at least core members in skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development for self-reliance annually, facilitate access to business startup, capital, loans, grants, and materials. Not only just giving the training in the camp, but also we facilitate grants and even loans for these core members to start up their own business. 4 is to facilitate entry of 3,500 core members into special apprentice program. Example is the Lebanese Foundation Apprentice Program. The Lebanese Foundation Program, some of the states go to enroll in these Lebanese on mechanized farming. They paid for that for such program, but in NYSC, we're in partnership foundation there. They are trained in mechanized farming, and after the training, at the end of the service year, they give them certain amount of grant to start their own business. Promotion of Okay, 5, the promotion of public-private partnership for youth entrepreneurship development and self-reliance among Nigerian youth. Promotion of documentation and sharing of best practices on youth empowerment across Nigeria. And finally, to mobilize support for evidence-driven advocacy for favorable policies on youth empowerment in Nigeria. List of skills under SAED program. These are some of the skills that we practice in Nigeria. You can look at it on the screen. We have agro-allied and the sub-skills under agro-allied. We have the ICT, the sub-skills under ICT, the creative industry is there. You have seen some of them in the video. We have construction and the subset, culinary and catering services, they are there. Green energy and satellite security. The man in Edo State who came from Ogun State, that's where he's into. Cosmetology, soap making, organic cream, so many of them are there. Cleaning services and hygiene, the soft skills are there. Automobile, education, and lastly, delivery logistics services. The one in education, the last time I went to Yobe State, I was with the Commissioner of Education. He told me that, do you know that majority of the people that are proprietors in Yobe State that establish private schools, 70% are ESCO members. After they established, they decided not to go back to their home state. They have seen business that they can make money. They decided to remain there and establish their business. The achievement of SAED program. The income sensitization of 3,350,854 core members from the inception of the program to August 2024. Intensive post-camp training in skill and entrepreneurship development for 612,836 core members. Establishment of successful businesses by 38,463 trained core members who are now doing well as employers of labor. These 38,463, we have their contact, we have addresses of their business where they establish, and we are following up on how they are doing. And we also have record of those they have mentored and established their own businesses. So you can see the multiplier effect that disbursement of total of 1.2 billion naira as business loans to 609 core members by the Bank of Industry from 2015 to date. Bank of Industry are there ready. Whoever that writes his business proposal, they are ready to give them loans at no interest to the core members or ex-core members to establish their businesses. Then we have other organizations who have disbursed money to core members. We have Access Bank that have disbursed over 286,700 million, 286,700,000. We have Unity Bank, 176 million, Wema Bank like that, and others are shown on the screen. Contribution of NYSC Skill Acquisition Program to youth development for improved national security in Nigeria. One is employment generation, economic development, human capacity development, and lastly, cultural exchange and understanding. The SAED program provides core members with training in various vocational and entrepreneurial skills. This training enables core members to establish their own businesses, thereby becoming employers of labor. This expanded cycle of empowerment helps to keep our youth productively engaged and steer their minds away from restiveness, criminality, and violence. Therefore, the program connects core members with professionals, mentors, and industry leaders, enhancing their job prospects and facilitating connections that lead to more employment opportunities. Economic development. Core members who engage in entrepreneurial activities contribute to the nation's economic growth by establishing new businesses. These businesses stimulate the local economy through job creation, service provision, and the development of local market. Core members often participate in projects and improve local infrastructure, education, and health care. These initiatives, therefore, enhance the economic development of communities by increasing their overall productivity and quality of life. Human capacity building. The NYSC scheme is instrumental to enhancing the human capital of Nigeria by improving core members with vocational and entrepreneurial skills. These initiatives significantly boost their employability and professional competence, ensuring they are well prepared for employment or entrepreneurial endeavor. Many core members have leveraged the knowledge and skills acquired to establish their own small-scale businesses within Nigeria's informal sector. This initiative contributes towards raising a well-trained youth population that will support the nation's economic stability, which is critical to national security. Cultural exchange and understanding. Corps members interact with people of diverse ethnic, religious, and socio-economic background in the course of acquiring entrepreneurial skills and passing same to youth of the host communities. From the pictures we have seen so far, there are ex-corps members that have actually come from different states and decided to establish their business in other states. This exposure fosters cultural understanding and promotes national integration, thereby enhancing peace and stability. Corps members participating in SAED program are trained and involved in the production of NYSC bread, water, and kits in NYSC bakery, water, and garment factories. In NYSC, we produce our water, we produce our bread. These corps members that were trained in SAED, they are the same corps members that were used in the production of some of these items, and equally in the garment in those factory. Through these ventures, NYSC generates revenue that is paid into the Federation account. Last year, 2023, we have remitted more than 1 billion from these industries. Now we look at the problems militating against successful implementation of the SAED program. Some of the problems include inadequate financial resources, inadequate training facilities, and shortfall in number of qualified instructors. Way forward to address the problems militating against successful implementation of the SAED program. Actualization of the NYSC Trust Fund, then provision of orientation camp training facilities, and provision of more skill centers in the 36 states and FCT. Actualization of the NYSC Trust Fund will mitigate the challenge of inadequate funds, inadequate training facilities, and unqualified instructors. The idea of the NYSC Trust Fund was to conceive to enable the scheme have access to adequate resources that will help address infrastructural and other logistic needs for the smooth conduct of its operations. It is envisaged that the fund will make the SAED program more functional through adequate provision of training facilities, skilled trainers, and start-up funds for the ex-corps members. The bill for the establishment of NYSC Trust Fund is still ongoing through the necessary is going through the necessary legislative process, and it is hoped that at the end of it all, it will get presidential assent. What we are looking at here, the general problem, by the time we get this NYSC Trust Fund actualized, in fact, virtually all the problems will come to an end. Skill acquisition in military academies, imperative for national security. Globally, military academies play crucial roles in shaping a nation's defense capabilities. For instance, Israel Naval program integrates military training with specialized agricultural training as part of compulsory military service. This initiative by the Israeli military has strengthened the country's defense as well as contributed to national development by promoting self-reliance and food security. The United Nations Navy Seabees are highly skilled craftsmen trained in various fields such as construction, plumbing, electrical work, and heavy equipment operation. Their expertise in the construction industry facilitate the construction of military bases, airfields, and critical infrastructure in the challenging environment, often under combat conditions. Beyond their contributions to military operations, the Seabees play a vital role in humanitarian mission, providing essential construction and engineering support during natural disaster and in war-torn regions. The Nigerian Defense Academy has long been recognized for its specialized focus on equipping cadets with the necessary military skills and values to prepare them for commissioning as officers in the armed forces of Nigeria. The NDA is a source of national pride, producing officers who consistently demonstrate exceptional academic and military skills, both within Nigeria and on the international stage, and postgraduate students who are excelling in their various fields of endeavors. However, given the increasingly complex nature of modern military service and the diverse challenges officers face both during and after their career, it is crucial to broaden their training to include vocational skills in addition to military skills. While the NDA primary mission of preparing cadets for military leadership and national defense is unquestionable, integrating other forms of education, particularly vocational training, into the academic curriculum will yield highly beneficial outcomes, such as indigenous production of more military hardware. This is Izegu. I'm sure it is produced and assembled locally. By the time the young officers are given these skills, will tend to produce more of these hardwares locally. This will not only equip cadets with military competencies, but also provide them with practical skills applicable in civil life, which will enhance their self-reliance and adaptability. That is why we say everybody must have a skill of interest, because the amount of salary you are collecting, I have not seen any salary owner today that says the salary paid to me is enough. Every day you continue to agitate for increment of salary. But I tell you, from day one, as you pass out from the academy, start thinking of what to do. You have seen what Dr. Fish has done. You can do it within your own house, a pound that can generate money for you and your wife. Don't wait for that salary alone. If you are into ICT, you can do your military work successfully, and at your convenient time, you can as well do other things that is within the legal framework of the service. So we go into conclusion. At the core of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, is a deep commitment to being at the forefront of national development initiatives. The NYSC serves as a profitable platform for instilling critical values such as nationalism, patriotism, loyalty, and accountable leadership in Nigerian youth. The scheme not only promotes personal growth of participants, but also contributes to the overall stability and progress of the nation. The NYSC's dedication to nurturing these values reflects its broader mission of preparing young Nigerians to take on leadership roles that are rooted in service to the nation and the pursuit of collective development goals. It is recommended that the NDA should incorporate skill acquisition and entrepreneurship program into its curriculum, and NYSC will be ready to partner with Academy in this regard. There's extensive land available at NDA should be utilized to engage cadets in agricultural production. This initiative will not only promote sustainable land use, but also provide cadets with practical agricultural skills contributing to their overall training and self-sufficiency. And lastly, NDA Postgraduate School should consider introducing a skill acquisition program for its students. Such an initiative will provide them with valuable practical skills that will complement their academic pursuit and enhance their employability and capacity for self-reliance. The references are as shown on the screen. Thank you for your rapt attention.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let us rise to give the guest speaker a standing ovation. To my candid opinion, this is a wonderful speech or a wonderful lecture that has been delivered because it is geared towards making us billionaires and millionaires. And I think that it is not only for the cadets, but it's for every one of us. Please, let's give him a round of applause again. Please, the guest speaker, please, if you don't mind, still remain. If you don't mind, can you kindly still return back to the podium? You may please be seated. The guest speaker, please, kindly return back to the podium while I respectfully invite the commandant to present the guest speaker with a souvenir, a token of appreciation for this wonderful lecture delivered to the Nigerian Defense Academy. Thank you, sir. A round of applause, please. While the commandant is handing the presentation of souvenir to the current DG, as is our manner of life, the commandant of the Nigerian Defense Academy, in his magnanimity, is also inviting the former DG of NYSC, Major General Ibrahim, to also step forward to receive his own souvenir.
To remind you of this day.
When immediately this is done, please. It's all right, sir. I've been also reliably informed.
On behalf of staff and cadets of the Nigerian Defense Academy, we hereby present you this flag so that it will remind you of this lecture today. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Thank you.
I've also been reliably informed that the DG also has a souvenir to present to the commandant of the Nigerian Defense Academy. A round of applause for all the participants.
And core members nationwide.
A round of applause.
This flag to remind you of the day that I come to visit and give this lecture. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Quarterly magazine that we produce in NYSC. Maybe at your leisure time you find time and see what we do. Your suggestion and contribution is highly welcome, sir, to enrich the quarterly magazine. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
round of applause for the commandant. Thank you very much. At this instance, I'll now invite the Director of Academic Planning and Nigerian Defense Academy, person of Professor S. Garba, the Board of Thanks. Please let's dance together for
the commandant, our esteemed guest speaker, permit me to stand by the protocol already established. It is a great honor that I, on behalf of the commandant, President of the Cadet and postgraduate of the Nigerian Defense Academy, wish to thank the Almighty God for making this occasion of 22nd Convocation lecture a resounding success. It is indeed another milestone in the annals of Nigerian Defense Academy Convocation lectures. I am to convey the academics appreciation to all those who contributed in one way or the other in making this event a great success. It is an honor to express our deepest gratitude to our guest speaker, Brigadier General Y.D. Ahmed, the Director General National Youth Service Corps. Sir, today you have opened our minds to the great dimension on the current issues of NYSC and skills acquisition for youth development, a panacea to national security. Sir, your thought-provoking lectures has not only highlighted the critical role of skill acquisition in empowering our youth, but also has provided us with innovative approaches to harness these potentials for the greater good of our country. We sincerely appreciate the wealth of knowledge and experience you have shared with us today, which I believe it will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on both the officer cadets and the graduating postgraduate students. May I specially thank the representative of the Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, Secretary General Association of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities, Vice Chancellors here present, provosts, rectors, and registrars of various sister institutions who have tirelessly worked towards the success of this, who have tirelessly continued to add value to the work of the Academy. Your support and collaboration have strengthened our capacity in improving the quality of academic engagement in the Academy. Permit me also to respectfully express our deepest gratitude to representatives of the GOCs, FOCs, AOCs here present, DG, Nigerian Army Resource Center or his representatives, Commissioner of Internal Security of representatives, Commissioner of Police, Kaduna State, and former academic provosts who, despite all other conflicting schedules, find time to grace this occasion. We are grateful. Thank you so much. Now to our own. I also wish to respectfully convey our collective gratitude to the Commandant, Major General J.O. Achai. In India, we tag him as Eco-Friendly General. Sir, under your command,
The Academy has witnessed transformative changes that not only focus on academic excellence, but also the overall well-being of both staff and students. The Commandant has shown through his actions that he is a leader who not only cares about our welfare, but also about our health and the environment. His commitment, especially to the biodiversity program, has been a testament to his forward-thinking vision, ensuring a healthy, sustainable environment for the Academy and beyond. Thank you very much, sir. The achievement of the Commandant wouldn't have been possible without the support of his lieutenants. On this note, I wish to thank the Deputy Commandant, also our brand new AOC, Air Vice Marshal S.K. Aneki, the Academy Provost, Professor Isa Garba, and all principal staff officers, deans, directors, HODs, and head of centers who have relentlessly labored for the success of these events. I equally thank all our distinguished invited guests for adding grace and color to this event. We are grateful for honoring us with your esteemed presence. Our gratitude goes to the parents, friends, and well-wishers of the gentlemen officer cadets and graduating postgraduate students. For the gentlemen cadets, today is your day. You have passed through so many hurdles, and you have passed through so many obstacles to witness this day, and you therefore deserve a warm congratulations. I therefore congratulate you all and wish you the very best. I wish you the very best in the service of our armed forces and the nation. You must not rest on your laurels, but continue. Our special thanks also goes to members of the press for excellent coverage provided for this event, and hopefully to be provided for many others lined up towards convocation ceremony and passing out parades. Once again, I sincerely thank our guest speaker who have shown that he is not a gentleman officer, but he is a trained teacher. Today he has combined what we call multimedia enhanced lecture. This is a lecture that grabbed the attention of everybody, so we thank you very much, sir. So let me once again thank you, guest speaker, and all other esteemed guests for being part of this event. As we depart the Academy, may the Almighty God grant you safe journey back to your respective destinations. Thank you and God bless.
Please, let's applaud the Director of Academic Planning, Dr. Professor S. Garba, once more. A quick announcement before we take the national anthem. We shall be having a group photograph immediately after the event, just at the front of the auditorium. We expect one and all to be present. The Commandant, however, with the guest speaker for today, very senior military officers and dignitaries will retire briefly to my left at the VIP lounge while the photo stand is being prepared. Lunch will be served at designated areas. For the dignitaries, the Commandant, the special guests, the very senior military officers and dignitaries present, the lunch will be served at the headquarters of the Nigerian Defense Academy. Lunch will be served for the Nigeria Army Officers' Wife Association, the Nigeria Air Force Officers' Wife Association, the Nigerian Navy Officers' Wife Association, and the NDA Officers' Wife Association at the Valor Hall at the NDA headquarters, while for others, lunch will be served at the drill shed. With this announcement, we have not come to the end of today's event. May we please be on our feet while we take the national anthem. Thank you very much. Are they passing you?